be live. So today we're going to be doing messing up. We should be doing something a little bit different today. As the Living World Season 1 is not available to play anymore on Guild Wars 2, Wooden Potatoes on his channel has a full recap of it. So that is what we're going to be reacting to today. The link in the description to the video if you want to go watch it for yourself, and also Wooden Potatoes channel as well if you want to go check out his content. We're going to check this out. It's an hour and 6 minutes long. It's not really that long, but I don't want to pause over it. I do a little bit maybe so we can talk and see what this is all about. I'm really excited to see what this Living World Season 1 had to offer at the time of when it came out. Sadly, we can't play it. After this, we will be jumping into Living World Season 2 afterwards. So, hope everyone is well. How are you all doing? Hey, Shadow Echo, Jack. Hello and welcome to the live stream. I hope you're all well. I need to change this over. Balla bing, balla boom. I think we should just get straight into it, don't you think, chat? See what this is about. He's titled it the Guild Wars 2 Missing Story Chapter Living World 1. So I hope all the audio will be fine when we're playing. If it doesn't, then just shout in the chat. Just say, alright, turn it up! And I will do so.
In the days following the defeat of Zaitan, a new force for chaos and destruction lay siege to TYRIA.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to turn the subtitles off because they are just whack. YouTube, you're not very good. But it was so crazy yesterday doing the Guild Wars 2 stream. It was unbelievable. Just everything that happened within that chat and the stream was just crazy. From completing the level 80 story, taking down Zaitan, to all the donations and everything going on with that. That was just nuts. And the new members. It was just a crazy day yesterday. So, I hope everyone is well. This is Lil Helen. Welcome to the live stream. Hope you're well. No, Jack, no. But let's see what Wooden Potatoes has to
Her name was Scarlet Briar, and this was her war.
Oh, man. Oh, man. Okay, I'm kind of hyped for this, to see what this is all about. The Lost Shores 1325 AE.
And the death of Zaitan, new ships appeared in Lion's Arch bearing a strange mark. The Consortium had arrived in the city and were advertising a new resort. Meanwhile...
Hey, Frosty! It's a destroyed Frosty. Hey, damn. It's crazy how much information and knowledge that Wooden Potatoes has on this game. It is absolutely nuts. It is crazy. And link in the description to both the video and his channel if you want to go check it out.
While whales started beaching themselves on the shores of the city, and rumours began to circle about sea monsters. Head researcher Levy arrived in Lion's Arch with her crew and began researching strange readings, signalling that something big was out in the ocean and incoming. She tried desperately to convince Captain Magnus of the Captain's Council of this, but unless something attacked Lion's Arch or threatened the city's trade, he would do nothing.
Oh, so he went too bothered about it.
Whoa! A race of enormous crab-like beasts known as Karka attacked the city.
Oh, they are ugly. Oh, just everything about them is just like, oh. No, that is not nice. But this is crazy. Okay, we're getting a little bit. Mason, hello and welcome to the live stream. And Tommy, hello and welcome. I hope you're both well. Please do let me know how you are in the chat. War never changes. Also missed the old Lion's Arch. It does look nuts, to be fair, and the screenshots and videos he's taken of the game shows how beautiful this game really is. Oh.
And the commander was forced to fight them back. A citizen of Lion's Arch, Inspector Keel, was tasked with finding out what had riled the Karka up, while Levy searched for a way to defeat them. Meanwhile, Karka attacks continued in Garenhof and Morgan's Spiral. Keel's investigation utilized the commander.
Oh, so the attack happened where the Wizard Tower is. Because we're not able to access that, are we now? And then this sort of area, I think I've visited once or twice. Shadow, hello and welcome to the live stream. The spider looks cool.
To discover links from wreckage on the beaches to the Consortium. Ultimately, the commander was led to Canuck, a Silvari second-born, in Garenhof. Canuck had been in charge of an expedition to an unknown and recently discovered island as a part of a consortium group. They had planned to make it into a resort for profit and had aggravated the local wildlife.
That makes sense.
Canuck was taken into custody. Later, the commander asked Miyani and Zomoros about the Karka,
We haven't run into the Karka, have we? And I don't think we're going to be running into them. Maybe it might be in Living World Season 2. We're going to have to find out. But I don't know if they're just an enemy that is based for the Living World Season 1. I'm good. My dog tried to take my breakfast from me. Would you just have it up on the table and your dog was like, well, that's mine. Or when you're not looking, the dog tries to jump up on the table. He's like, oh, yup. Oh, yes.
Finding that they're an old race who used to live in deep waters from ages ago, but seem to have been driven recently to the surface. Soon, the Karka attacked for a second time, but the commander was armed with a powerful solvent and was able to fight them back with much greater ease. Keel brought the commander to SOUTHISUN Cove itself as the Lion Guard took the beach and blazed trails across the unknown island, an event to ultimately conclude
we will run into
the
him.
defeat of a powerful ancient Karka in the heart of the island. Inspector Keel and researcher Levy remained there to learn more about the Karka and help prevent future issues for Lion's Arch, but
Oh, that's all his babies and stuff, huh? Oh, that's minging. Oh, that is not nice. Oh, is this actually possible to go visit, chat? Is this an actual thing that you can go see? Go visit SOUTHISUN. Oh, is that where they are? And Skyhawk, welcome to the live stream. I hope you're well. Let me know how you are. I want to pet the spider. Just kidding. The spiders give me anxiety. Oh, then probably look away for a little bit then. If that does, you will definitely meet Karka. Hell yeah. You can find them on an island. There's a special way to get there. The map is covered with them. Now the Karka Queen is a wild boss. Oh, and speaking of that, Shadow, that's still something we have to take on.
Canuck escaped during the chaos.
That is still something we have to take on. The Flame and Frost.
After the merriment and festivities of Winter's Day had concluded, on the far side of the continent by the Shiver Peaks, strange storms and attacks began to brew, forcing both Char and Norn refugees of the area from the wreckage of their homes. They struggled to find shelter in the south, ultimately sprawling into the capitals Holbrak and the Black Citadel. The Wolflord and Adamant Guard were unable to gather any information about the attacks from the traumatized refugees, but many were saying that dredge had been sighted. However, uncharacteristically, these dredge had been seen using fire magic. The unusual weather patterns were later discovered to be caused by steam erupting from underground, wreaking havoc on air temperature and humidity, but the specific cause for this steam was unknown.
Ooh.
After the influx of refugees, many sought new shelters.
Wow.
A good number of them began traveling to Lion's Arch, where a generous benefactor was providing supplies within the city's walls.
I think I've been to this location as well. But this is so cool, trying to understand all this story. It is so cool. You can visit the SOUTHISUN Cove. Thank you, Mason. I will have a little look at that. And Michael, hello and welcome to the live stream. I hope you've had a good day or night so far. Let me know how you are. I wish this game comes out on the PlayStation 5. That'd be cool if it did come out on consoles. It really would. But I don't know if they could ever do it. I really don't. I think they're having enough problems as it is trying to port it to, or release it onto Steam. If I say sorry. Well, you can play it with a controller, but that's... Oh, shit. Yeah. I don't know how that would feel. Yep, so hello and welcome to the live stream. I hope you've had a good day. Know how you are.
This was revealed to be the consortium, who were set to give the refugees new homes on the hostile SOUTHISUN Cove. After the initial attacks, the perpetrators' assaults started to become more brazen, and sightings of Flame Legion Char and Dredge became increasingly common. The Flame Legion were noticed using Dredge technology, causing speculation of an alliance between the two. The Molten Alliance, as they were called, had been spying on the locals to gather information. The Black Citadel convened a war council to assess the situation and what action should be taken by the Char. Due to the publicity of the attacks, the Order of Whispers and the Vigil as individual factions, not acting as the Pact, started to contribute against the Alliance. The Order of Whispers sent a double agent to gather information from the inside, while the Vigils set their efforts to tracking down Molten Alliance bases. During this time, a young Norn travelled to the Black Citadel to request assistance for the defence of his homestead.
Hello, is this Evor? We have just been playing Assassin's Creed, my mighty man. This sounds so cool. There's alliances going on between the Char and the Dread. There's a double agent that's going on with her trying to sneak around, trying to find information. You've got this young fellow chap, Jesus, Exam and Miles, and welcome to the live stream. I hope you've both been well. Please do let me know how you are. Whew, barely made it. Well, yeah, we're only 11 minutes in. The Steam release has been indefinitely delayed, until further notice. Don't expect it before the expansion. Yeah, so the Steam release will probably come out in like June time, maybe. Godfall has terrible reviews. Yeah, I've heard. Well, it's lucky it's only a PlayStation 5 exclusive. Was talking about it with Shadow and Albs that the game is just pretty much. It's just pretty and interesting, maybe for 2 hours. Oh no, this guy Barum. That's Barum or Brarum. Barum. Okay, I think I'm pronouncing that wrong.
Which was recently captured by the Alliance. However, he was turned away as the Char was spread thin and couldn't spare any soldiers, but also because the young Norn, named Bram, claimed he was the son of the legendary heir Stagulkin and the late Borg the Sun Chaser. Ritlock Brimstone, not believing the Norn, dismissed him as a liar and sent him to Holbrak instead. When Bram arrived at the Norn capital, he was again denied any aid, this time by Newt Whitebear. Whitebear had chosen to focus on the defense of the city rather than sending men out into the field, and so once again, Bram was left alone. He was discovered to hold resentment towards his mother heir, and that the two seemed to have been estranged for much of his life. He chose to retake his homestead with only a few allies on his quest, and was ultimately successful with the commander's help. Kragstead was freed from the influence of the Molten Alliance. However, many were taken hostage to an unknown location.
Oh, nice.
Bram
was
determined to find. While the Legion's War Council was in session, a Gladium Char, who had lost her entire warband in a mining accident, and now summoned to join Ritlock's Stone warband,
hey,
was sent to
boy,
the Nolan Hatchery as a part of a trial for her entry. This was Rock's Whetstone. The Nolan Hatchery was a strategic stronghold for the Legions, as it was a main supply of siege devourers.
There's already a lot of lore to try and take in. There's a lot. And this must have took Wooden Potatoes ages to do. Like, ages. Like, we're already, like, nearly 7 minutes in, and there's thick. There's thick editing as well. Also, I watched this yesterday to check what it's like. It's a nice audio book style video, but it uses some gameplay footage and some other stuff he's talking about. Yeah, it's really nice. It gives you, like, a visual representation of what he's talking about, and you can get more of a thing in your head of what the living world was actually like. Pronounce it Bram. Ah, thank you, Skyhawk, for that. Oh, got some love in the chat for Rocks. Oh, okay, fan favorite. Fan favorite. Will be one of your main companions starting on season 2. Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. And then I will try and watch Echo the 3-hour version of it, of the other one that there is for Living World season 1 off camera.
Once more, with the assistance of the Pact commander, Rox was able to succeed in her mission. The Nolan Hatchery had been secured, and in so doing, she befriended an albino baby devourer that would join her on her travels henceforth.
What?
She named it Frostbite.
Oh, Frostbite, that's a nice name.
With their double agent planted within the Molten Alliance, the Order of Whispers was able to retrieve some valuable information. The Alliance had been expanding, digging east, south, and west. Prisoners were being taken every day.
Oh,
some
wow.
put in pens, and others used for weapons testing the unstable but undeniably powerful flame and dredge technological combination.
Oh.
However, cracks in the Alliance were beginning to show, as the Char did not like being so deep underground, so far from the sun. Unfortunately, the Order of Whispers still could not discern the reason for this alliance, but that something had pushed these two factions together. So
and we had to try and find out what it is during the whole of the Living World Season 1. Random rocks are the ones that you track off during the reader through. Thank you, Miles.
Still were able to find the entrance to a molten base and moved in. They were joined by Bram, still seeking retribution for Kragstead and the rescue of his companions, and Rox, still invested in joining the Stone Warband. The three were in one another's company for the first time, and something of a new band of adventuring heroes was perhaps showing its very first signs of life. Together, the heroes and Vigil raided the weapons facility. The cause for the steam was discovered to be the Alliance's use of fire technology to mine underground. They were able to cave in the facilities by detonating the caverns, crippling the Molten Alliance in the aftermath. In the final days of the battles, Dredge and Flame Legion captives who were interrogated revealed that the Alliance had been run by a city dweller. But this city dweller was shrouded in secrecy. Their
nice. Of course it would.
Location or aliases were unknown by any question. With more facilities being found and shut down by the Vigil and others, it was not long before the activity...
One of them boys. Oh, man. Some of this you can replay in fractals, and yep, 50% you are doing a bit of detective work. Yeah, I feel like I'm going to have to replay this multiple times just to understand the story that's going on here.
...of the Molten Alliance became very quiet and distant once again.
Because you got so much to take in. The secret,
merchants and traders of the consortium had given shelter to refugees.
Oh, hello, look at this place.
Their lands by the Molten Alliance. But many of the new arrivals felt more like prisoners than guests. They were being offered shelter on SOUTHISUN. They later discovered that they were bound to the island by law of contract and couldn't leave, legally speaking. The consortium was moving forward with turning the island into a resort, and several tourists as well as nobles were already arriving on vacation. Among the many nobles to arrive on the island was Lord Farron, and also Casimir Mead of Divinity's Reach. With her own agenda at play, Mead had arrived in fact on the island to fact-find for an unseen private investigator in Divinity's Reach.
Oh, damn.
While those who could pay seemed to be having a reasonable time on the island, refugees fleeing from the Molten Alliance and now bound to the Cove were becoming entirely restless. The Cove was under Lion's Arch's jurisdiction, and so, in
little Frosty wobbling about. So the Sun Cove is where the Karka was anyway, so there's going to be like a full-on attack going out on here soon anyway. And that's nuts that people have been actually bounded to, or contractedly bounded to this place so they can't leave. That is mad. I'm going to have to go check this place out after this. If you need further overview, watch the longer version movie that shows the actual gameplay of it. Thank you, Skyhawk. I will do that. And Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I hope I can read Ragnar Lothbrok and his sons. The hype is real. I don't know with that. I've like heard people doing like cosplays and that of it. This is one of the few places that are still in the game. A little island south of Lion's Arch. And what is it? Carl as well. Hello and welcome to the live stream. Hey, Jepsu. Hey. Abby, I can't stay, but I hope you have a nice stream. Bye, chat. Bye, Albs. Thank you, Jepsu, for stopping by the stream. I really do appreciate it. Take care and hope to see you. So let's continue on. Let's see what happens with the people that are trying to stay on this island that is jurisdiction by Lion's Arch.
Captain
Thank you,
Magnus
chap, for the love
ordered
to
the Lion
Gypsy.
Guard to deal with the situation.
Look at him.
They brought with them Inspector Ellen Keel, who had dealt with the events of the Cove in the previous year.
Yep,
she said
remember.
about learning of the consortium there and their activities. She found that Sub-Director Knoll of the consortium had been assigned to oversee the work of the refugees and the establishment of the resort. With the help of his golem, Jobotron, he berated and subjected the settlers continuously throughout the day. When arguments arose around the resort, Knoll was using violent means to subdue and suppress those altercations.
Why?
When the riots began to escalate to deaths of consortium members, management expressed their extreme displeasure with Noel's handling of the resettlement operation, and in response, Noel was rejected himself passage off the island and directed to salvage what he could from the company's investment into the island resorts.
Oh,
Ellen
man.
Keel had seen all this, but was limited in what she could do. When the effects of the riots increased rapidly into savagery, a rioter met with Keel to confess her part in the attacks. The settler revealed that it was a mysterious Silvari who had enticed her more than anything else into rioting over the contracts that bound her there. This Silvari had been undermining the consortium in this way all across the island. Keel was able to deduce that this Silvari instigator was most likely someone who knew SOUTHISUN Cove well and had been here before, and someone who had a grudge against the consortium.
So we probably had to go investigate that during the gameplay and find the Solari. That must have looked nuts in the gameplay though, huh? With all the riots going on at that resort. That must have looked nuts. Carl said, did you see that vid I sent you out? I did. It looked really good. It's me as Mariah Carey if anyone wants to go see it. There's a pinned comment of the community Discord if you want to go see that for yourself. I'm pissed that Johnny Depp got fired from Fantastic Beasts 3, and so am I. He was really, really good as Grindelwald, wasn't it?
There was only one name that fit the bill. Canuck.
Who's Canuck? Last stand
After
at the SOUTHISUN.
The ancient Karka in the events of the closing 1325. Canuck had fled from his capture at the hands of the Lion Guard, becoming a fugitive. Throughout his flight, he was being hunted by the consortium's decommissioned teams for betraying the company. Due to his grueling exposure in the wild and his hardships while being hunted down, Canuck's appearance had changed now, becoming darker and grimmer. During the events of the Molten Alliance, Canuck felt sympathy for the refugees and aided the Vigil in raiding weapon facilities in secret. He'd forged gauntlets of fused technology that he began to wear as a symbol, seeing himself now as a hero of the people. It was later discovered that Sub-Director Null was the individual sending hitmen after Canuck. Null blamed the events of the past year solely on Canuck and not the responsibility of the consortium. And these events had caused him to grow a deep hatred for the Sub-Director and SOUTHISUN Cove's project. After Canuck was discovered...
So this whole living world was based, or at the majority, at the beginning anyway, was at this place, at the SOUTHISUN Cove. That is mad. That is mad. Is the greatest cactus dude you will ever meet. My Solari has the same... Ooh, damn.
...discovered to be on the island. A search went out, and soon his hideout was located. After he was immobilized, Keel wondered why a man would come back after he was free. But Canuck saw himself as a symbol of hope, and truly saw himself as helping the settlers, albeit through violent, dirty means. He believed as long as the contracts were destroyed, good had been done, any means necessary. In response to Canuck's plan to destroy all the contracts, Ellen Keel gathered them to be sent back to Lion's Arch. Although Ellen herself found the consortium's legal loopholes to be loathsome, she nonetheless was Lion Guard and considered it her duty to uphold the law above all else.
We've been here. We've actually been here before. We had the combat in the middle here. I don't know if it was player versus player. It might have been. That's when I actually was here. Oh my god. Oh, damn. Oh, damn. Canuck seems like a cool guy, though. He's like the symbol of the peace. He's like, one for all. What's his name? All Might. Like All Might. Are you going to continue the Outlast stream? Probably not. If we do, then it'll probably be next Halloween. If we do, it was only meant to be for like a horror game that we could play and get drunk to. Rain, hello and welcome to the live stream. Hope you're well. Please do let me know how you are in the game. How you are in the game? How you are in the chat. Damn. Is no joke, he's the best character in the game. Really? Oh, damn. No, this is still the SOUTHISUN Cove.
Even if she agreed with him, Canuck's vigilante justice couldn't fly.
Arc.
Surprisingly, however, when the contracts were loaded onto a vessel to take them back to the mainland, to the astonishment of all looking on, the ship was remotely detonated, burning the entire thing to a cinder and sinking it to the bottom of the Sea of Sorrows, the contracts included.
Oh,
While
lovely.
It seemed pretty clear that Keel had been the one to orchestrate this, she claimed no responsibility, keeping her slate clean and destroying the contracts in the process. With the settlers now once again allowed to leave, with the agitated local wildlife and rioting causing discomfort for the holidaymakers, many left South Sun Cove for good, leaving sub-director Noel and just a few others behind in misery.
So the place become really abandoned then. The Dragon Bash? Dragon Bash? No, Tommy, no. Don't. Nope.
After the conflict with Canuck and the consortium on South Sun Cove, the first annual Dragon Bash festival was held to honour the defiant spirit of TYRIA.
Chat, is this an actual thing? Chat, no. Chat, that would be awesome if this Dragon Bash thing sounds so weird. Dragon Bash. Well, that'd be cool if this is an actual event in Guild Wars 2.
Against the Elder Dragons. Dragon Bash was inspired by the old Canthan Dragon
Oh my god, look at this!
But with a twist to fit the modern day realities of the Elder Dragon threat. The ship's council in...
Oh, it is! It is a celebration. Oh, no way! What time of year do they actually hold this event going on then? There's even a song with it. I am mad! Is there another jumping puzzle in this, or is this celebrations event a little bit smaller than the Halloween and Christmas event? Old Lion's Arch. Oh, this is Lion Arch.
To celebrate the collective victories against the dragons, past, present, and hopefully
the dancing.
The festival saw a decoration of Lion's Arch, nighttime fireworks, and activities. The main attraction of the festival was the effigy lighting ceremony. Before the ceremony began,
oh my
something
god,
strange happened. The commander received a notification from an individual they did not know. They were named E.
Whoa.
Claimed in their letter
E, Markiplier, E. It's in the whole brack now since Lion's Arch was... Oh, really? It's in the spring. Hey, not far away. Not cut a little bit off. Couple months. April, May time. Oh, awesome. Oh, that's so cool. So we got this to experience as well then, chat. That's so cool.
That there was a threat to the council and something had to be done to protect it. The mysterious person explained they would intervene themselves.
Oh, hence that thumbnail. I've seen this thumbnail around a couple of times and I was like, this looks really cool. I could use it as a background. But now I know this is actual Dragon's Bash. That is cool. All the events in Guild Wars 2, the Halloween, the Dragon Bash, Winter's Day, all were introduced for the first time as a story for Living World Season 1. Oh, imagine that, being a part of the Living World Season 1. And they drop all these different events for the first time. That would be mad. The last it was on June 23rd, 2020, up to July. Oh, damn. Thank you, Echo, for the insight on that.
Circumstances prevented it, and it was up to the commander to keep their eye out. Then, during the ceremony, and just as was warned, disaster struck. An unusual electrical explosion detonated in the vicinity of the councillors. The explosion injured many, including 3 council members. The Line Guard were instantly on the scene, with Inspector Ellen Keel at their helm. As Keel and the commander attempted to expel the chaos, a woman from the crowd volunteered to try and heal the wounded.
Oh, really?
It was later announced that one of the council members did not survive the attack.
Oh,
Captain
and that's probably
Theo
the one that they would...
Ashford was killed.
We've lost it. We've lost it. Hold on. Gotta plug my... Oh, that's all over. Oh. I gotta grab this, chat. Hold on. thing that I actually have my audio for, and I listened through. Just not the fucking wall show. There you go. We're back. So we have an explosion. They took out one of the councilmen. One of the councilmen is now dead. That's probably the intended target for the explosion. Okay, I remember it's the wrong month. SAB is in April, I believe. Yes, the Super Adventure box is usually in April. Starts as an April joke. No way. The first time the festivals were pretty awesome, especially the Super Adventure box. It is breaking stuff when it's not played.
This seemingly senseless act caused outcry back in Divinity's Reach, and Logan Thackeray wanted to get to the bottom of it. He located private investigator Marjorie Delacroix in the dead-end bar of the Eastern Commons. Marjorie was the private investigator Lady Casimir was fact-finding for on South Sun Cove. Thackeray explained to her that Ashford was an old friend, and he wanted to know who was behind the attack, personally. Logan paid Marjorie handsomely for the investigation.
That is the same Logan that we have in the core story now, isn't it, chat? Correct me if I'm wrong. If it is Prince Charming, then it is our boy.
And she set to work. Marjorie, a woman who lived near her sisters in Divinity's Reach, had once worked for the Ministry Guard.
This looks beautiful.
And perhaps not coincidentally, she had left that organisation many years ago after a brief encounter with a mysterious person calling themselves E. While
E. Just every time. Ahmed, hello and welcome to the live stream. I hope you're well. There you are.
Marjorie was not able to discern E's true identity. They were nonetheless able to convince her that although the Ministry Guard had become corrupt and flawed and she no longer identified with them, she could still do good on her own, working as a private investigator.
What's she got in her hair?
In the fallout of the Dragon Bash assassination, Delacroix met up with Keel at Lion's Arch, who assisted with the investigation. It was quickly learned that not only was the explosion not an accident, but...
Obviously not. If it's taken out one of the councilmen, then you know it's rigged, and you know that someone's intended to do that. Ladies, hello and welcome to the live stream. I hope you're well. Thank you, Phil. Welcome, Mercedes, to the live stream. Hope you're well, Mercedes. Please let me know how you are.
But that the thoughtful woman who had offered to heal the injured moments afterwards was linked to the cause of the disaster. The name of this woman was Mai Trin.
Mai Trin. And they said they can't help themselves. Murderers or anything like that. They always go back to the scene of the crime. So she was directly there. She was just watching it. Lovely. Got my popcorn. Just watching the explosion happen. And then to add insult to injury, she's just like, you know what? I'll even heal the people for you that I caused the havoc to. Why not? The whole thing with E is still unresolved, by the way. Oh, really? And NVIDIA, hello and welcome to the live stream. This is a regular annual event. Joel, hello and welcome to the live stream. Hope you've had a good Monday so far. Let me know. Hey, how's it going? Congrats on completing the story. When I get to log into Guild Wars 2 later this week, I have something to send to you. No. Keep it, please. This week has been nuts. This week has been nuts for gifts and everything. It's been insane. It's been insane. But thank you. The level 80 story was was crazy yesterday. It really, really was. And I hope you're doing well, Joel. Let me know what you're doing in Guild Wars 2 at the moment as well. There's a lot of ArenaNet left unresolved. Really? Oh, damn. Are they probably using it at a later date, maybe? Or just haven't got round to doing it? There was a fan version of the song sung and included in the game last year. Well, my girlfriend, one of the... Oh, wow. That is so cool. That is so cool, NVIDIA. That's so cool. That is so cool.
When the commander and allies managed...
Your girlfriend must have been like... Did you play it in game for her? That must have been so cool. Wasn't there a statement by from one of the staff that the crime involved with E and Mudge be eventually solved? Ooh, that'd be cool.
To capture her and interrogated her, she begrudgingly revealed that her plan was to fill Theo Ashford's seat at the council for herself. Having been caught,
there you go.
Called several pirate allies to her side. They were not geared as typical pirates though, well funded and equipped with arcane electrical equipment that made them a serious threat. They called themselves Aetherblades, and with the help of her Aetherblade thugs, Mytrin was able to escape. Following the
Sky Pirates of TYRIA.
Of the attack, and with the perpetrator revealed, it was Inspector Ellen Keel of the Line Guard that stepped forwards in search of the Aetherblades.
Rain says, I still need to finish my story. I've been playing for a few months now. Yes, you do, Rain, you do. Are you doing the core story, Rain, or are you going through the living world stuff and going through that story? If you're going through the core story, you are going to have so much fun. I mean, this story is 6 to 7 years old now. Don't expect them to resolve it now. Very true, Mars.
It was a difficult task, as the Aetherblades had demonstrated a mastery and acquisition of the holographic technologies of the Asura, and they could use this to conceal themselves, often in plain sight, building cliff faces and walls where none truly existed. But the Aetherblades were not always in hiding. Quickly, the existence of this new faction became clear to the peoples of TYRIA, as unlike most pirate armadas that would stick to the seas, the Aetherblades sailed not the waters, but the skies. After the Pact's development of airships in their campaign against Zaitan, these Aetherblade thugs had somehow acquired and replicated the technology for themselves, and a new breed of airborne villain now faced TYRIA.
So we're going to be facing them? No way. That's so cool that they nicked the technology from the big old ships that we were fighting the big boy on. And doing stuff like that. Oh, that's cool. That is so cool. Echo said exploration part for Twilight Arbor. We'll get the hideout of... we haven't done that. We haven't done the exploration parts for each of the dungeons. We should probably go ahead and do that. Sometimes they will have to cut stuff out. My story of I fell in love with World versus World when I tried it out for the first time, so you haven't gone back to the story. Oh yes, that's what I spend all my time doing now. We still haven't tried that out, chat. And Rain, if you're saying it's really, really good, we should give it a go. Oh, that is so cool. But there's so many names to remember and so many groups and clans to remember through this living world.
Ultimately, the main Aetherblade hideout was discovered, near Lion's Arch, and concealed behind a holographic projector wall.
That would
Ellen Keel raided the hideout with the commander. Together, they were met with deadly resistance by many pirates and traps. The true extent of how well funded the Aetherblades were became quickly...
Well, yeah, it's a bit understandable if they're well funded because of all the technology that they've stolen and stuff that they're doing with invisible cloaks and holograph. Like, it sounds like it costs a lot. There's got to be. And Lisa, hello and welcome to the live stream. I hope you're well. Hello everyone, and Albs. That's nice to see you're reacting to the extended recap. Yeah, I thought it, like the chat suggested it as well, and I thought it'd be a really good idea to do. And the chat was suggesting it mostly, saying I should react to this because then it gives me an understanding of what I would have missed if we would have gone straight into Living World Season 2. So at least together, for the people that haven't done the Living World or haven't seen it before as well, we can all like go together. We can all progress together. Even though that most people have probably done all the stuff, it's nice to just all progress together, go through it all. You can find the Aetherblades in secret caves in open world, as well as fighting them in some fractals. Ooh. Twilight Arbor, a jumping puzzle in Grender Fields, and 2 fractals. Ooh, you can fight the Aetherblades in the Twilight Arbor and fractals, where you fight my... I remember World vs. World Season 1, when that was a thing. Blackgate Flex. Let's continue on. Let's see what happens with the Aetherblades.
Through the spiraling base, perhaps unsurprisingly, inquests started to appear amongst the Aetherblades, defending them and thus revealing where Mytrin's people had found their technology, in an unlikely alliance with the nefarious Asura. Far at the back of the hideout, the commander and...
So you got the Zura with the Aetherblades, you've got the Char with the Dread. Living World Season 1 was going off then, weren't they? That is mad. The amount of alliances that went on during this Living World Season 1 is crazy. There's a lot of fractals, but most of them is self-contained in Season 1. The most important thing to remember is the formation of your team, basically. Very true. We tried a couple, didn't we? About a month ago, isn't it now? Albs, you should post the song from yesterday. What, the Guild Wars 2 ending song? I can't remember the title of the song. If anyone does, then if you could post it for Carl, that would be much appreciated. By the way, if you want to experience some of the Living World Season 1 fights, Fractals has some of them as part of the Time Echo Fractals. Oh, damn. Good job, everyone, for the request.
Keel came across Mai Trin, who they overheard in conversation with her first mate, speaking of an individual named Scarlet. They seemed to fear this Scarlet and the repercussions for unsuccessfully having opened the council seat.
We've heard of Scarlet
Trin
before, haven't we?
Was attempting to flee the base on her airship, but Keel and the commander were successful in halting her escape and taking her prisoner. Upon interrogating Mai Trin and
hello,
other
big boy.
Aether Blades, no other information was gathered about the mysterious individual they named Scarlet. Meanwhile, Captain Magnus had discovered that Theo Ashford II, the man who should have taken his seat at the council in the event of his death, had been unknowingly murdered several weeks earlier. This left Lion's Arch with an empty seat, and a new councillor had to be nominated. Magnus, impressed with Keel's instrumental successes in the protection of Lion's Arch over recent months, nominated her for the seat. Keel accepted the honour. Though she wasn't initially a captain, she chose to commandeer Mai Trin's docked airship for herself, becoming Captain Ellen Keel, eligible for a seat on the ship's council. Mai Trin could only look on, imprisoned and tight-lipped.
Yikes. So you've got her in prison, you've got someone now on the council that is new. So much, there's so... Jeez, in the first 21 minutes, there is so much information to try and keep hold of. Thank you, Shadow, for that. For telling Carl how to do that. How do you do that highlights? I do believe you can do it. It's the little film reel icon on YouTube. I've got stream markers, create highlight, and then insert ad. So I think there is a one that you can do that you can create your own highlights. Bazaar of the Four Winds.
A short time later, the elusive Bazaar of the Four Winds arrived in TYRIA for the first time in a long while.
Oh my god.
It was not necessarily related to recent events or the activities of Lion's Arch at all.
Miles says, okay, Bazaar is important. Thank you. And Salil said another annual event. Oh, so we're seeing all the annual events. This is crazy.
It was a noted travelling black market that settled in the southern Shiver Peaks, where merchants traded in rare and unique goods at a lower price than that of many suppliers in the capital cities around the continent, effectively undercutting their business. The cutthroat, puritanical ship's council of Lion's Arch.
You know what that reminds me of? Oh, what is it? Treasure Island? Is it Treasure Island? I think it's Treasure Island. It was such a good film. But that ship reminds me of that. So this is like a black market event where you could probably get items for the cheap then. That's so cool. If you want to replay the stuff up till now, and first visit Southern Cove, then play some Fractals for the Molten Alliance, and then the Aether Blade. Thank you, Exam, for that, and I will get doing with that because I think that'd be really, really cool. They're going to mention Glint, a very important character from Fun. Thank you, chat, for helping out Kyle as well.
Naturally became interested in this opportunity. Ellen Keel was not the only captain running for Theo Ashford's old seat at the table. Evan Nashblade, owner of the Black Lion Trading Company, was self-nominated for the position also. This caused heavy friction and competition between the two nominees that they sought to resolve by procuring a profitable trade deal with the infamous Bazaar. The council attempted such a feat many times before, but was always rejected. Therefore, the notion was seen as a noteworthy characteristic of a captain to be on the council. The bazaar was operated out of the Zephyr Sanctum and its associated fleets, an airborne town that endlessly drifted through the skies as packed airships might, but hewn from wood and set afloat by crystalline magics few in TYRIA understood. The people who built these vast flying vessels, this sailing skyward town, and who ran the bazaar, were known as the Zephyrites.
No way. So this bazaar comes around once a year, and you can go up to this city that's up in the sky. No, that's mad. That is mad. That is mad. That is mad. That is so, so cool.
A secluded, Zen-like organization composed primarily of humans of Canthan or Elonian descent. The Zephyrites rarely docked on land, and mostly did so to gather supplies, choosing to live in the air for years at a time. This caused many of the Zephyrites to be disconnected with the world around them, showing ignorance toward the Sylvari race, the truce between the humans and the Char, and many other recent but significant historical events. Upon landing, the Zephyrites would sometimes be convinced to take on board new allies, and this is ultimately what they did with a new creature to them, a Sylvari called Erin, who joined their ranks.
Erin, okay.
The Derman Priory were able to discover more about the enigmatic organization during the bazaar. They discovered that the Zephyrites were in fact successors of the Brotherhood of the Dragon, a group of dwarves.
There's so many. You got like the Brotherhood, you got the Zephyrites, you got the... Oh, there's so many. You got Clint, you got Logan, you got... There's so many names to try and keep chat. How do you keep all this knowledge in? Damn. Players got to vote for this, by the way, as well. Oh, really? There was an actual election between Killy and Nashblade, which players voted for. Oh, Ellen. Oh, damn. Damn. He started playing and streaming Guild Wars 2 just a little bit after the start. Oh, man. So I just missed out on it as well. Hey, that's awesome, Mercedes, that you got a Nintendo 64. That is so cool. That is so, so cool. Yeah, I bet that's bringing back the nostalgia, as I said.
Who historically, hundreds of years ago, had worked in close allegiance and communication with the dragon Glint of the Crystal Desert. After the transformation of the dwarves to stone, Glint passed on the guardianship to a select few humans instead, who now wander the skies using her magics as Zephyrites. When Glint was killed by the elder dragon Kraukatoric in 1320 AE, 6 years ago, the Zephyrites trekked to the location of her corpse to prevent the magic imbued within it.
So Glint got slighted, he got done by one of the dragons that we're probably going to be meeting up a little bit later on. As we said, the little recap video in game misses so much stuff. You encounter Zephyrites in Season 2. Hell yes! Also, by the voting results, Lion's Arch was rebuilt by one team, and the other design, I think, showcased in full. There could have been Char-themed Lion's Arch, or even Evelyn 1. That's why I'm not a huge fan of this format. Too much info dumped. Remember everything. Well, yeah, we're reacting and doing it as a community and going through this video and then reading chat as well, because it's really, really cool. The chat's even giving more information and more stuff to me about this. So it's really, really cool, because as everyone is a fan of the game, you can get insight from all different people as well. Really cool.
From falling into the wrong hands. It was there that they found the magics they used to stay afloat, calling them the Aspects, and with them, they decided to build the Zephyr Sanctum, a place they could live above the clouds and study the Aspects and the ways of Glint in peace. Indeed, during the bazaar, Glint's influence on this faction was clear. They held her with deep reverence, singing songs of her legacy. The leader of the Zephyrites, and the man who Keel and
So after Glint died, they were like, well, okay, we need to build a base and understand more of the technology that Glint had. He will understand in time, yeah. We get there. We get there. The PS5 UI is so different than the PS4. It does look really beautiful, though. Really does.
Evan Nashblade would have to barter with was known as the Master of Peace, and after a lengthy pirate voting session was concluded, it was Ellen Keel who won his favour and secured both the trade deal with Lion's Arch and a seat for herself at the Captain's Council. The Zephyrhites took to the skies again, not to be seen for many months.
Many months is the Queen's Jubilee. Oh, Philip, go get the rifle. Okay. When it's just a story, it's hard to grasp, but the other stories, when you start to play amongst all the characters, you will remember. So yeah, when I probably start playing Living World Season 2, I'll be like, oh, you're this. Oh, you're that. Oh, you're him. Hello. Welcome. I would understand a little bit more.
In the year 1316 AE, Queen Jenna had been crowned as the Crichton Queen, and
Queen Jenna was in the core story that we were playing along with when she was in... No, she was in the... She was in the dungeon story, wasn't she? Because we went through the manor and all that and we freed her. That was Queen Jenna at the time.
Ascended the throne. In the year now, 1326, on the 10th anniversary of her coronation, Queen Jenna hosted a jubilee to celebrate her 10-year reign as the Crichton monarch. The Queen of Kryta reclaimed the Great Collapse within Divinity's Reach and constructed a towering pavilion in the symbol of a griffin, the symbol on Kryta's crest.
Oh, that looks cool.
Although the celebration was in the name of Jenna's 10th anniversary, she also wanted to hold the Jubilee to show the other nations that humanity had not fallen.
It's actually in game. It's actually in game. No way. Can we actually visit this? Can we actually visit this, chat? This will be nuts if we can go visit that. That would be so cool. That would be so cool. Clint and BAZAAR. Granddaughter is the first dragon minion to cleanse the corruption. Oh. Oh, if you play a human, you will get a bunch of story with her at certain points. Ah, that's why it makes sense
and
to
was not
play multiple characters.
Emissaries from all the nations in TYRIA were
it's in
invited
game.
to
Oh,
marvel
yes.
at the ingenuity of humanity's survival. Along with the newly opened pavilion, the Crown also unveiled humanity's next leap in technology, the Watch Knights. The Watch Knights resembled golems in the fact that they were sentient.
I'm sorry, that is not a golem, that is not Frosty. I am sorry, but what is that? What is that? No, 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 no. There's something that went wrong in robots. I'm sorry. You cannot call yourself a golem. I know you haven't, but no, I'm sorry. No, you can visit it. It's a festival place. Thank you, XM, for that. Really, really cool. That area used every year for Winter's Day and Pavilion. Oh, that is where Winter's Day is held too. Oh, so we'll be going there next month then, chat, huh? That is when Winter's Day happens, doesn't it? And Lunar New Year.
Beings tailored for commands by their superiors, where the Golemoncers of the Asura use Magitech to control their golems. Watch Knights were controlled through verbal commands issued by Mesmer magic.
Whoa.
The creatures were used throughout the pavilion.
Don't mess with the Mesmers then.
As the majority of emissaries began to arrive to the celebration, Queen Jenna commenced the opening ceremony. Many champions of Kryta arrived to the ceremony at Jenna's call to test the Watch Knight's strength, including Ritlock Brimstone. Ultimately, the Queen chose her own personal champion, Captain Logan Thackeray, to fight one of the Watch Knights in a display match. With Mesmer Magic by Countess Anise, the Watch Knight continuously changed physical forms, Logan fighting each one. When Anise attempted to shut it down, however, she found that the commands had been overridden. Suddenly, Aetherblade pirates rained down on the ceremony, causing chaos around the arena. Throughout the fighting, Anise deduced that whoever had overwritten the Watch Knight's commands had to be nearby, when
100%.
she noticed a mysterious figure perched on one of the columns in the area. By order of the Queen, Rox Whetstone, also at the ceremony with her new friend Bram, attempted to shoot the stranger down with her bow. The mysterious figure continued to teleport and toy with the young Char before at last fleeing the scene when Rox managed to strike her.
You could just picture that whole scene going down. like, they've got the whole battle going on. You can see the queen sort of chilling there. People start raining down the acid blades. It's going off. You can picture the person up on the... Oh, it's so cool. It's really, really cool. It gets worse with the... Watch the Knights, I mean. True. Way too worse. Also, Mesmers are the most OP class in lore. Oh, damn. We got our female Mesmer, Lilith. I still need to level her up, though.
Although
Clockwork
Divinity's
chaos.
Reach authorities were on high alert for the mysterious stranger for the rest of the festival, they did not reappear until the very closing ceremony. Queen Jenna had taken the stage of the pavilion, giving her speech on humanity's resolve, unity and strength, when it was quickly interrupted by the fugitive. This time, they had their hood down, and their face was revealed to the world.
Oh.
The stranger was a female Sylvari, named...
There's so many Sylvari. We gotta give the respect to the boys. The tree gazers. Tree girls. Gotta respect it. Hey, Rain says my character is a Mesmer. That is cool. This reminds me of Harry Potter with the griffin looking over. It really does.
Naming herself Scarlet Briar. She laughed at the endurance and trials of the human race and began explaining how fragile the Crichton society truly was. To prove her point, the Sylvari was able to control the Crichton Watch Knights, transforming them into twisted, horrific machinery.
What?
As the horrors began to cause chaos around the pavilion, Scarlet attempted to kidnap the Queen. As the maniacal Sylvari shot an explosive bullet onto the stage in an attempt to capture the Queen, Lord Farron attempted to rescue her.
Oh, there he is, the Prince Charming the boy. So I'm surprised the Sylvari doesn't go to war or have a little thing with the whole thing. Scarlet love, hey, no respect for the salads that tried to destroy us all. Hey, Watch Night boss fight, unforgettable experience. Was it? Oh, damn. Was it a struggle, Lisa? Oh, mad.
It was later revealed that the Jenna on stage commencing the closing ceremony was not Jenna at all, but in fact a mesmeric illusion created by a niece in an attempt to bait this mysterious fugitive.
Okay, smart move.
But as the knowledge of the plan was only limited to the Queen and the Shining Blade, Farron had now been pointlessly caught in the crossfire and fallen into the arena level of the pavilion below, with Scarlet Briar sealed away. As chaos above continued, the commander was tasked with finding a way into the arena. The Shining Blade assisted, learning what they could of this terrorist, and also an emissary from Ratasum, an Asura named Vorp, offered his insights. Vorp was able to distinguish that the Sylvari was travelling via Asura teleportation, similar to that he'd seen amongst his own kind.
No.
Not only this, but Vorp realised the method of teleportation was specifically tied to one of TYRIA's other great enigmas in recent years. The mysterious and deadly steam machines that had warped via...
We've not seen any of the steam machines in the core story, or even going around. They might be some of them destroyed, like, building things that we've seen around TYRIA. Is that correct, chat? Because I haven't seen them. Lord Farron, what I do, Facepalm. Let us see what will happen.
Teleporters at various places throughout the Shiver Peaks, and whose purpose was utterly undiscernible. It was with the technology from these creatures that Scarlet had been able to teleport around and cause so much havoc.
So she stole the technology.
With this knowledge in hand, the commander and company were able to reverse engineer the technique. They dismantled the bombs Scarlet had set throughout the city, broke inside the otherwise impenetrable arena area, and were able to save Lord Farron from Scarlet's clutches before her hasty escape via Aetherblade airship. Once again, the people of TYRIA were left in the dark and empty-handed, but at least now there was a name and a face to their antagonist.
Very true. You would have seen them in Shivers Peak. Lord Farron in his underwear in a cauldron with Scarlet threatening. vertically cook him was one of the highlights of that patch. What? That actually happened? Yes, you have seen them around TYRIA, but all that remains of the... Thank you, Peter. Skyhawk, and thank you, Echo, for that. The Twilight Assault.
After learning of the connection between the Aetherblades who had assaulted their city and Scarlet, the Lion Guard began to list her as a high priority target. More than law enforcement, the Pirate Haven wanted vengeance for the death of Councillor Theo Ashford. Intelligence gathered that the fugitive was likely located in Twilight Arbor, the now empty Nightmare Court stronghold within Sylvari territory on the Tarnished Coast. Scarlet did not declare herself for Countess Fowlane or the court, yet was stationed there nonetheless.
Scarlet seems so badass, yet okay, with all the stuff that she's just done, but she does seem kind of badass. Really does.
By orders of Magnus, the Lion Guard spearheaded a raid far from their city on the Arbor itself, only to discover when they arrived that firstborn Kaith was also on the scene with her own agenda.
Oh, girl!
Kaith revealed that Scarlet was once known as Kiara. She had been a deeply curious and inquisitive second-born who quickly left the Pale Tree after birth.
Because haven't they mentioned Scarlet in the core? I remember they have mentioned Scarlet in the core story, didn't they? While we were playing through, I do believe. I think we've heard her before. This assault is still playable, really. The destroyed giant watch knight is a Vista. I forget which map. Oh, it replaces the third patch in Twilight Arbor.
Kaith explained that Scarlet sent a direct challenge to her from this arbor, claiming to know the darkest secrets of the Sylvari.
Thank you, Shadow.
Secrets that not even Fowlane knew of. Information only Kaith seemed privy to. This had instantly caught Kaith's attention, who was deeply concerned about the suggestion, but she would not share details on the specifics with the commander. Kaith decided to work with the Lion Guard in her mission. While they assaulted the front door and went the direct route, Kaith would attempt to undermine Scarlet's newly built mechanical fortress here from the shadows.
So Kaith is like pretty badass as well, and the fact that she's in the core story when the Living World... No, the Living World would have happened... Living World Season 1 happened after the core. So disregard what I'm saying. Nope, Scarlet had no part in it. Huh? Don't they say curse that Scarlet in Lion's Arch when they cough?
Expected, the team was met with heavy resistance from Aetherblades, and curiously, steam creatures themselves now fought in allegiance with them. Littered throughout the mechanical fortress was more holographic technology in use. The holograms depicting Scarlet arrogantly jibing and berating the intruders with Scarlet's voice and sentiment, but never revealing her true motivation. It did become clear, however, as the group passed through the stronghold, that this was likely one of a few locations the Aetherblades were using to build their airships and train new recruits. Within the heart of the facility, Scarlet managed to apprehend Kaith and continued to berate the now incarcerated firstborn. Yet, when the commander was able to storm the center of the facility, shutting down a domineering Clockwork Oakheart in the process, it became clear that Scarlet had never been there at all. Everything encountered had only been pre-recorded messages, illusions and technologies to trick and taunt the intruders and Kaith in particular.
So she was always one step ahead of them then.
Facility and shut it down, but Scarlet seemed to...
Nope, Scarlet was a main anti-hero exclusively during the Living World Season 1 historical events. Thank you, Lisa, for letting me know about that. Yes, there is a Char who was in the battle for Lion's Arch and has it. Okay. Thank you, chat. I'm sorry if I don't understand all the information at first. There's a lot to take in, like a lot to try and process. But I feel this is needed. I might absorb some of the information, and it is still helpful when we play the Living World season.
To know this, she had always been one step ahead. using this time to plot for more havoc elsewhere. Keith, forced to leave empty-handed, still concerned about this secret of the Sylvari Scarlet supposedly knew.
Okay. The Tower of
Over
Nightmares.
A year after the fall of the Elder Dragon Zaitan, as man
Our big boy, our big boy.
and King Thornsday arrived once again to Lion's Arch, local seraph to Keswick's Hills in Kryta documented a heavy increase in deforestation around the Viathan Lake. Soon, deep out in the crate-infested waters, manifested an enormous, illusory veil that encircled the center of the lake, concealing it from view and stretching high into the sky. The veil was thought to be a mesmeric construction, and as such, Casimir Mead, a prominent human mesmer, was called into action once again. Marjorie joined her, and after several weeks from the veil first going up, the two were able to crack it and peer behind. What they saw was an astonishing construct, a massive tower built of countless woods gathered from the forests around the area, now barren, was enrobing and propping up an insidious, enormous...
That's mad. If that was in game, that is crazy. What? Imagine that, just on your travels, just making your way, and then boom, that thing in the water. No, that would be crazy. She's pretty much a villain. I don't see her as an anti-hero anywhere. She was doing it all for some strange, twisted reason to save her. Again, after Omen Machines, he was 100% a villain. Not spoiling the end yet. Same don't want to spoil the stuff. That was a nightmare for my squishy thief back in the day. One of my very first jumping puzzles in game was the secret Aphrodite's ship. Still have trauma of 2 days full of attempting failures. Oh, Lisa, I feel for you. I feel for you. 2 days. Yes, this tower was erected in the middle of the map. Wow. Wow. You can see it, what's left of it. Wow. That's cool that still some of the stuff remains today. That you can still have a little look in game.
A plant that stretched from the base of the lake high into the sky. It seemed an unnatural and sinister life form. Soon after unveiling the tower, Mead and Delacroix were ambushed. Yes, by Crate of the area, who likely knew of the tower's construction and seemed to be involved, but also Nightmare Court, who seemed in league with them for this project. This final unlikely pairing was soon known as the Toxic Alliance.
Well, yeah, we don't hear any more of the Nightmare Cult, do we? It was just literally like, okay, here they are for the beginning, and then we never heard of them again in the core story. I thought they were going to follow all the way through, but they really didn't. We only see them for like a brief, what, two chapters, wasn't it, in the core story chat? And then that was it. 2 days for not a secret. It takes more than 3 hours. I'm done with that job. The wreckage stormed around the lake / the north shore. Summer is the... Oh, there's so many locations that I need to go check out after watching this.
Toxic because, as the orders of TYRIA and the commander arrived, the peoples of TYRIA realized that this tower and the plant within was
big boys.
spouting a destructive magical toxin that clouded the entire region of the lake. This toxin, when inhaled, caused mass hallucinations and sickness. Those afflicted would see hellish visions of spiders and worms and all manner of things that shouldn't be able to do harm, but did. When a group of soldiers went into the tower to scout and learn more of the plant that it concealed,
that's
they never
mad.
returned.
Well, of course they didn't, because the hallucinations alone would have just made them go straight into the water, not knowing what's going on with themselves. That looks so majestic, though. Reminder, you are the commander in this story. That is very true. Every race has their enemy faction that causes problems. Nightmare Cult are the Sylvari. Ah! Nightmare Fractal equals the best. Fight me. Mason start fights in the chat. Go on. Oh, that's so cool.
This toxin was a threat. A Dermot Priory scholar named Ella Mackay went to work at deducing a reason for the unlikely alliance of Crate and Nightmare courtiers. She found that the court had offered the Crate revered obelisk shards from the unending ocean. They'd convinced them that this meant the return of the Crate's holy prophets, thus winning their temporary allegiance. Ella was also able to conclude that the Nightmare Sylvari aiding the Crate were likely only an offshoot of the actual courtiers following the ways of Cadian and Foulane, surmising these Nightmare Court were a fringe group, banished likely from even the Nightmare Court itself for their radical ideas. At the same time,
that makes sense.
Marjorie Delacroix had set about working on an antitoxin that would counter the effects of the tower, whose hallucinogenic and contaminating properties had continued to grow in severity and lethality. By gathering samples from the various offshoots of the tower...
Well, yeah, because you wouldn't even be able to go into there. You get round to that tower and you'd be like, God, the hallucinations will just make you mad. So yeah, I want to try and see how they combat this, because it would be really quite cool. Azura have the Inquest Char face the Flame Legion. Humans have the Bandits / White Mantle. And the Norse have the Sun. Oh, damn. Nightmare CM is nice. Have done only a handful of times, though. Ella Mackay is the NPC that gives you the Season 1 recapping game. You should visit her after you've done with... Ooh, time to go. To see how bad my home map is world versus world. I have work later. Catch you later. Thank you, Rain, for stopping by the stream. I really do appreciate it. I hope you try and have fun at work. Try and have fun. Hope to see you soon and have fun in world versus world as well. Please do let me know how you get on, and thank you. Saying goodbye to Rain as well in the chat.
Marjorie was able to create an effective antitoxin, allowing relative safety into the heart of the fortress.
The nightmares...
While traversing the tower, illusions and hallucinations continued to blur the minds of its victims, leading them astray. Casimir Mead took the lead, knowing the effects of illusions better than many of her companions. That said, it was a nervy affair, with Casimir uncontrollably hiccuping along the way, revealed to be a nervous tic for her whenever she's afraid. It was realized that the tower was being defended not only by the newly created Toxic Alliance, but also by Aetherblade Pirates, by Molten Alliance, and by Clockwork Minions, connecting so many recent and unconclusive events to this one place. Scarlet had been responsible for them all. Scarlet had orchestrated the Molten Alliance as the city dweller. She had brought together the Aetherblade Pirates, and now the Toxic Alliance with the manufacturing of this toxic...
So Scarlet is nutty. She's just full on just nuts. She's brought all of this together. Mad. Like, kind of props to her in order to orchestrate and bring this all together. Very smart. Damn. Damn. Echo says, you can actually replay a few instances of Icebrew Saga. Ooh. I can't wait to... It's going to be so long until we can get to the Icebrew Saga, because we have Living World Season 2, we have Heart of Thorns, Season 3, then we have the Path of Fire, isn't it? Is the next one. Then we have Living World Season 4. And then we have the Icebrew Saga. There's so much to get through. But it's so cool. We're going to take our time and just go through it. Nutty Scarlet.
She had to be stopped. Upon reaching the top of the tower, the trio of heroes, Marjorie, Casimir...
Hi and bye. Got to do homework. Thank you, Virtual, for stopping by the stream. And hope you do well with your homework. And I hope you've had a good day. Leave. She's almost exactly like Batman's Joker for TYRIA. Oh, I kind of like her in a way. I kind of like her. People often compare Scarlet to Harley Quinn, give you an idea of what she's like. But I kind of, from the description, yes, she's just like, she bonkers. But she must have been smart, like, damn.
Casimir and the Pact Commander entered the heart of the enormous plant it kept safe. They were keen to inject
and who's this big old boy as well? Who's this? Who's this big geezer that's behind her? Because he looks nuts as well.
Delacroix's antitoxin and end its effects on the province. As they did so, however, Utilizing her steam creature teleportation technology, Scarlet Briar appeared before them. The clearly deranged and crazed Sylvari they had gotten a taste for in the Twilight Arbor berated them and stole away a sample of her newly created toxic plant seeds. Before any real action could be taken against this, a swollen cocoon in the plant burst forth, and a toxic
That looks so cool. That looks so cool. She was voiced by Tara Strong, if that rings a bell. I can't say I've ever heard of that name before. What other stuff has Tara Strong done? A bit sad that Batman... Spoiler. You will find out, especially by the Sylvari. That thing behind her is the boss of the Nightmare Tower. You can find it in the Fractals. Oh, we must take that on.
Hybrid crate monstrosity attacked, allowing Scarlet to escape in the ensuing action. The Toxic Alliance had created new life here, an abomination that the crate seemed to genuinely believe was one of their prophets manifest. With its defeat, Marjorie at last injected her antitoxin, forcing the whole tower to collapse over the Kessex Hills.
Oh, that's what that is. I've passed that a couple of times. When me and my mate were going through from, I think we went from Lion's Arch. We had to go through here, and we were trying to get down to one of the world events or one of the world bosses. And we were so under-leveled. We were running through here, and I said to him, I was like, what is this? So that's cool. That's cool. I might have more of an understanding of what that tower is. That's such a disappointment that it's destroyed, though. That looks so majestic. This thing, I hate this thing. Yeah, fuck that thing in particular. I have a pleasure of killing this thing every time. There's a bit of a mixed emotions for the big geezer then.
It was a catastrophic event, sending shards of wood and deforested timber all about the area, scarring its appearance for years to come.
Wow.
In the aftermath of the destruction of the tower, at a nearby campsite operated by various members of the Orders of TYRIA, Marjorie and Casimir met with Rox and Bram, who had been part of an assault force into the tower for the first time, and the heroes began to bond. The effects of the tower, once standing in Kessex Hills, continued to linger within the province, although in a weakened and far less deadly state.
Fraction.
Back in Lion's Arch, the now elected Captain Ellen Keel, under the authority of the Lion Guard and the Captain's Council, sought to conduct research on the Thormanova reactor disaster.
Hey!
This had been a great magical explosion caused by the Asura in distant areas of the continent a few years ago. The research was done in the Fractal of the Mists, allowing the Lion Guard and company to relive the Thormanova disaster firsthand and truly witness what had occurred without...
Oh, so that's how you can recur. Oh, that's why you can replay some of the stuff like that. Because that's what it was built for. Oh, what? Tara voiced Timmy Turner, Bill Pickles, and Harley Quinn, and many more. Or many others, sorry. Oh, damn. Oh.
Without suffering the devastating effects of the
Thank you
actual
for
explosion. It was revealed there in this fractal that, years ago, before anyone knew her name, none other than Scarlet Briar was there at the reactor site. She advised the inquest and tampered with their operations.
Of course she did.
With them, Scarlet had made a breakthrough in understanding of magic, identifying a crucial network of magical channels known as ley lines that crisscrossed the globe deep underground.
What? So we have ley lines now as well. Oh, there is so much. The fractals were awesome. This was added for the fractal rework. Well, no, the fractals were built before the investigation. They were just used as a tool. Yes, those fractals are fragments of the past events that we replayed. That's so cool. That's so cool. We need to continue on with the fractals of the mist. I think we only done like 2 or 3 of them, I do believe. Lore-wise, they allow you to travel back in time, basically. Time loop. That's so cool. Thank you, Peter, Miles, Mason, Shadow, Skyhawk for the information on that. Ley lines are important. Are pretty important, okay. so much. I hate that the Keswick Hill Lake is in that shape. No epic tower. No pretty lake anymore. Hopefully they do something with it, maybe, Lisa.
Beneath the surface of TYRIA.
Ley lines are super important.
Scarlet's tampering, mixing dragon and chaos magic together, had caused the meltdown, but she left before being caught in its wake. Keel and company were offered a unique glimpse of the meltdown. Here, in the heart of the chaos, a curious creature of magical energy appeared that none had seen before. This humanoid entity was labelled an anomaly. It was hostile, a seemingly sentient thing born of and around the intense energies of the reactor explosion. And then, once the meltdown was over, it was gone again.
The origins of madness.
More mysterious changes began to appear.
The globe is in the Whispers headquarters. Shadow says extra important. Okay, so I need to keep an eye on ley lines then whenever it's mentioned.
The vigil documented the appearance of several curious new probes that had been constructed and left in various seemingly random places throughout the wilderness and far reaches of the continent.
Seen some of them?
Soon after, within False River Valley of Lornar's Pass in the Shiver Peaks, appeared an enormous, ominous, floating, constructed metal platform. It was spotted hanging ominously in the sky.
Nice.
It deployed an equally horrific, twisted marionette, vaguely resembling the Watch Knights of...
Now, that is definitely off Robots, the film Robots. If you've ever seen the film Robots, yes, that's what is at the end of the film. That is what drops down. What is that monstrosity? And I'm guessing this is all orchestrated by Scarlet again.
But clearly manufactured by Scarlet, the marionette sought to bring destruction to the Shiver Peaks. The Dermot Priory surmised that it was a weapon of sorts and were tasked with shutting it down.
Look at the size of the claws on her. You would not want her scratching your back. No, thank you. No, thank you. You keep them claws to yourself. Thank you very much.
Joining the fight against the machine was the Commander, Marjorie, Casimir, Rox, and Bram all together, who all had history and ambition to bring down Scarlet and her schemes.
Oh!
Amongst the crowds, too, was a young Asuran prodigy named Timey. No more...
That's taking the piss in it a little bit. An Azura called Tiny. Someone clearly does not like him.
More than a minuscule Asura child. A small girl with a golem named Scruffy.
Oh, her. Sorry, I do apologise.
Timey's parents were long since...
Mennonite was one of the best world bosses ever. It looks nuts. No abs, so many years, and 0 non-lazy humans asked to clear the... I don't know why they put under review. I don't know, maybe because arse. Don't like arse. It was kind of ridiculous, to be honest. I'm guessing this Scarlet's doing. The answer in season 1 is yes. It is. Anything that goes wrong.
Since dead. And she'd been studying beneath Zodja at Ratasum.
Oh, we got love. We got love.
Scarlet had encouraged her to leave the Asuran city. Interestingly, Timey showed extreme admiration for Scarlet and for her work, explaining that being a homicidal maniac does not make you any less of a genius. Destroying the marionette.
So she kind of respected her work. We've climbed. We've climbed that. Because I couldn't get up onto the... No way, that's an actual world... No way, that was an actual world boss and we didn't know about it. Oh, that's so cool. That is so cool. If it failed, it literally nuked everyone on the entire map. Oh. Timey, not Tiny. I was about to say, someone does not like her. They are taking the mick out of her.
That was no easy task, but it could be done. And after its defeat, Rox theorized that Scarlet didn't actually care whether it won or lost against them. Maybe she saw this as something of a stress test.
Oh, they're having struggles as well to
drink
it up a bit.
Concern over the mysterious probes that had appeared too. Timey, newly becoming acquainted with the group, reassured them that unlike the marionette, the probes did not seem to be manufactured for death.
Well, we told you back then. Oh, I forget. I forget. I'm so bad.
Deadly reasons. Instead, they appeared to be searching for something. An observation later echoed by Rytlock Brimstone and a collection of Char who were also exploring the matter. But none could say what the probes were looking for. During this time, several discoveries and conversations about Scarlet occurred. The Dermot Priory discovered a secret lab of hers beneath their own halls, with various hints and suggestions about her past. It did not seem Scarlet wanted the Priory to find this, and so was a treasure trove of information. Scarlet, at one point on her several years on TYRIA, had perhaps unsurprisingly gone to study...
Is that still there, chat? Scarlet is so cool. Regardless of what she's done, she just seems so cool as a character.
...with the Asura at Ratasum. Specifically, though, amongst the College of Synergetics, she seemed to have fallen into the unexpected. With an Asura named Omad, the two of them had built a machine to observe and tamper with the eternal alchemy itself. Scarlet was the one to use the machine first, but when she did, it seemed to have broken her mind, and she was never the same again. Littered throughout the hidden base beneath the Priory were hints to that tortured past and her mysterious new purpose. She had murdered Omad after leaving the machine, and her mind was now set to some new task. Many drawings were shown of the pale tree being wrapped by thorns, and a lineup of various alliances Scarlet was interested in forming among the Tyrian factions, some successful, several not. Tables lined up of equipment such as miniature probes, clockwork schematics.
Oh, bye guys. See you tomorrow. Thank you, Carl, for stopping by the stream. I really, really do appreciate you part of the stream. I hope you take it easy, and I've loved the videos that you're making in the community Discord. Keep them up. I love them. They are really, really cool. So take it easy, Carl. Hope to see you soon. You can still go to Scarlet's lab. Yes. Oh, yes. That is a hidden room. It's still there. Thank you, chat, for saying goodbye to Kyle. I really do appreciate that.
And an antitoxin injector. There also was found a portrait of Omad, Scarlet's mentor, with knives and rips throughout it. The most notable item found was a journal written by the Sylvari herself. It documented Scarlet's activities as she was continuously tormented by an entity in her nightmares. The entity communicated to Scarlet through images of death, destruction, and destiny. By the concluding pages of the journal, Scarlet had been consumed by the entity entirely, it seemed, and was no longer scared of it, but rather working with it. Elsewhere...
Hence why she caused so much chaos and everything across TYRIA, because she was kind of controlled. Oh, this is so cool. Even the thing later in the video is still in Lion's Art.
Rox had met with Rytlock Brimstone about her admission into the Tribune's famous Stone Warband. Her prior attempts had not been well received, including even doing battle with a newly powered Tequatl the Sunless at Sparkfly Fen.
Hey,
we're
taking him on.
That Rox definitely would get in if she did just one thing: kill Scarlet Briar. Later, Logan met with Marjorie. Marjorie had asked the captain if he knew anyone by the name of E, which Logan didn't, and the figure remained a mystery. But more of Casmir's past was revealed. Not a noble or lady at all, she instead was a former noble of Divinity's Reach, her family having gone into bankruptcy when her brother gambled all their money away.
Oh, and his brother probably got their brother probably got exiled. But then saying that they've got no money because he just gambled it all away. So, oh, that's not good. That is not good.
Her father, taking the blame for his son, took the fall and went to debtor's prison, ending up dying there, with Casmir and her unseen brother having little left to their name. Lastly, there were the matter of the probes, some of which had caused disturbances in Bloodtide Coast. Here, 3 great grassy jungle worms had become agitated by them.
Hence triple threat. That's triple threat, isn't it? Being born. No way. So most of Living World Season 1, this is where we got a couple of the world bosses from? What? That's so cool. This is where they introduced a lot of content for Living World Season 1, huh? To be honest, the whole Noble story for Casimir has a little bearing on the story. I don't even know why it's there. That's so cool. Living World Season 1 must have been a hype.
Now threatening the locals. Curiously joining the worms were husks, strange creatures loose.
We still haven't taken on Triple Threat. Or Triple Trouble. Oh, I thought Triple Threat. Sounds like a WWE's pay-per-view or something. Triple Trouble. We still haven't taken these on, by the way, chat. This is something we still haven't taken on.
Associated with the Nightmare Court and foreign to the lands of Bloodtide. What the probes had done, or what specifically was affecting these planty creatures, none could be sure.
The Edge.
With the fall of the marionette, it was not long before things stirred in Lion's Arch once again. Aetherblade pirates were able to free their captain, Mai Trin. During their dead of night escape, the Aetherblades also approached Vigilante Kanak, another high-profile prisoner in custody.
There he is, there he is. Triple Trouble is worth doing. Yeah, I do want to go ahead and do all the world bosses. Like, I want to do like all the reactions for them and go through them. You need to do Triple T, doing it first. Yeah, we do. I think there's like 5 or 6 bosses I need to go through and get done. And then that should be all the world bosses done. There is something on the timer, chat. When you go onto like the timer website for the world bosses, there is 3 more bosses, but they never display the times of them. They only display the names, so I don't know how to get access to them ones.
Of the Lion's Arch. When offered freedom at the hands of the Aetherblades, Kanak, though, deliberately chose not to escape with them.
Oh, okay.
After Trin's departure, a message from Scarlet was played to the captain, telling her that she had work to do in the mists. The Aetherblades were able to create a portal to the mist, escaping TYRIA altogether. In the commotion, Timey ran after the captain through their portal in the hopes of getting close to Scarlet, and Bram reluctantly followed behind, leaving the two stranded in the mists as well.
Oh.
Now, one of the mysterious probes, this one that had been placed in the waters at Lion's Arch, turned green. Only one. Just this one. For what reason this was unknown. In the dead-end bar in Divinity's Reach, the commander, Marjorie, Casimir...
Is that still unknown now? Why it's turned green? I have all the tacos for it. We'll see that heads-up display. If you decide to go for it, I can help command it. It was part of the Guild Wars 2 community. I've commanded on that 300 times. That would be cool. That would be really, really cool if you could. I can help with organization if you need. That would be really cool. Skyhawk, I would much appreciate that. So dope.
And Rox took note of the probe. They brought news of its changing to the Derman Priory, who Marjorie was revealed to be in good standing with, and hoped that they could conduct an investigation about what was happening. In the mists, Bram and Timey followed Mai Trin, but Timey's golem Scruffy was quickly damaged. For most Asura, this would not be too much of a problem, but it was revealed that Timey needs Scruffy to get around. She was suffering from a critical medical condition that had impaired the use of her legs her whole life. It was getting worse as she grew older, and Timey assumed that the condition would soon...
And Scruffy was the machine that we see in the image of her in.
...take the rest of her body. It's why she relied so heavily on her golem Scruffy, and with it now out of action, Timey couldn't pursue the Aetherblades any further. Bram, who had become quite protective and big brotherly of Timey, helped to escort her back out of the mists. She explained, though, that she admired Scarlet's stance on freedom, going beyond the realms of what should be capable for her kind, and likened that to herself. Timey also realized that the probes were likely related to the ley lines Scarlet had discovered at the Thormanova reactor.
So she's probably put the probes all over the ley lines and has control in moving the world around. If the ley lines are kind of like the tectonic plates in the world, controlling them could cause natural disasters and stuff like that. Is that kind of what the ley lines are? Please do let me know. Scruffy is like your Frosty, my boy. My Frosty. Yeah, I need to repair that HUD in Taka. Oh, yes.
She described ley lines as being analogous to ocean.
Yeah, pretty much, Exam. Yeah.
Ocean currents or weather patterns, but stirring magic instead of water or air. Ley lines are paths that magic chooses to follow. In normal situations, ley lines might be difficult to detect, see, or touch, but they are real, deep below the ground. After Marjorie had called in her favours from the Dermond Priory, she set about to find answers. Too long they had been left in the dark. She, with the help of Vorp and Casimir and the commander, began an investigation of the past year.
So that's why the triple trouble, or like all the worms, got thingy, because with the probes on top of the ley lines, playing with the magic within the area, so it's making them go a little bit nuts. The ley lines are more like underground currents, not tectonic plates. Ah. Okay, thank you, Miles, for that.
A piece of Omad's machine was scavenged, and Vorp deduced that the machine did not, in fact, break Scarlet's mind, but instead, Omad's machine had only revealed a piece of Scarlet's mind that had always existed, a part of the Sylvari. It was also revealed that the probes were likely created by the Molten Alliance technologies and definitely were searching for ley lines. The attack on the Captain's Council at the hands of Mytrin, who wanted the Captain's seat, was evidence Scarlet was interested in weakening Lion's Arch. It was supposed the Aetherblades were established for air superiority in any large battle or war. It was discovered that steam creatures operated very similarly to Scarlet's own clockwork machines, and that those technological similarities were how she had managed to utilize those strange creatures, though she still wasn't necessarily the architect of them or their true purpose. When studying new toxins from the Toxic Alliance, Marjorie discovered that it had now become more resistant to the antitoxin she used beforehand. It was deduced that Scarlet deliberately lured the heroes into creating...
That pic of Marjorie looks a lot like elves. Oh my god. Yeah, so the probes are located in ley lines mostly, not necessarily manipulated. Ah, would make sense. That's really, really cool. Now the shit goes down right into the fanboy.
An antitoxin, so that Scarlet could later create a more potent mix capable of resisting it and taking out more people, such as those in an entire city. All these plans, and the heroes reminded themselves that while Scarlet believed them to be of her own design, her journal had perhaps revealed that another consciousness was gradually taking control of her, and in fact it could be this entity that was feeding the ideas.
Oh yeah,
with every crucial fact laid out, Marjorie and company were able for the first time to get...
Albsterz, you will wonder why we laugh. Your camera was like the head over Scarlet's body. Hell yeah. Take a little screenshot of that. Boom.
One step ahead of Scarlet and anticipate her next move. They concluded she planned a raid on Lion's Arch, where the one green probe and potential ley line lay in waiting.
Ah, that's why it changed the colour. Escape from Lion's Arch.
Scarlet was indeed planning an assault on the city, and she came in force. During this time, Aetherblade airships snuck into Lion's Arch from above and...
Just snuck in. Just big old ships. Why not just dive in? I know they got invisible technology, so they just swoop in. Oh yeah. That reminder that one of them was in Lion's Arch and turned green. So that was the one that picked up the ley line.
Began the assault on the free city, destroying the Asura gates to stop reinforcements. After the surprise attack from the skies, Molten and Toxic Alliance infantry began to swarm the city. The Molten burrowed up through the ground and the Toxic arrived by the sea. As the invasion progressed, a grand flying platform, enormous, rivaling the size of the Glory of TYRIA or the Zephyr Sanctum, entered Sanctum Harbour from the skies. Scarlet called the immense construct the Breachmaker, and before long, as it hovered above the city, it deployed an immense drill that burrowed into the ground where the green probe was lying. As the invasion continued, the factions began to unleash a miasma into the air that slowly engulfed the region. Some citizens were able to flee the city, including Evan Nashblade. The merchant of the Black Lion Trading Company attempted to flee the city, herding his valuable merchant Doliacs with him. The main gates of the city were destroyed in the beginning assault, save for one. The gate was reconfigured, and Nashblade went through it, somehow able to close it behind him, effectively trapping the citizens.
There's our girl. There's our girl. There's our girl.
Behind, within the city, to protect himself. Captain Magnus, the Bloody-Handed, spearheaded the Lion Guard defense at Fort Mariner. During a skirmish with the Molten Alliance, Magnus was injured, losing an eye. The attack was repelled as Captain Ellen Keel was able to get to the city with her own flying Aetherblade airship. The miasma soon reached critical levels and forced even the Lion Guard to escape under Keel's order. Magnus, determined to hold the fort, which had never been lost in all his lifetime, denied her orders. But Keel stood up to her now equal and forced Magnus on her airship, along with Canuck, still a prisoner forced to watch on, and a few others.
Mad! She tried sniping you while we were running around. Oh, hell no, that ain't happening. Oh, just as you're running across the Lion's Arch and she's trying to snipe you, just put your finger up and start continuously running. That must have been mad. A quick question for the chat. Did anyone experience the Living World Season 1 and that like going down actually in game? Because that must have been so cool. Also the first Hollow-Smith. I remember when Heart of Thorns was announced thinking a cool elite spec for... Someone did have a hologram thing the other day, yesterday, didn't they?
The surviving Lion Guard and others fled far from the city. As a result of the attack, several new refugee camps were erected surrounding the city. The most prominent were at the Vigil Keep.
I did a part of it. Oh, that's so cool. That's so cool.
Keep at Bouldermouth Vale and at Stormbluff Isle. In response to the attack, Divinity's Reach was able to send hot air balloons to aid in the relief efforts. The Vigil chose to aid the wounded and opened their doors to the refugees. Within the camp, the healers were swarmed with dealing with wounded from force trauma, combat wounds, and most of all, the miasmic gas. They concluded that the gas was able to kill 1 out of every 2 patients. It was highly caustic. Most afflicted expired in agony when it was inhaled. Field hospitals were stationed in open air due to the Vigil's infirmary being packed with wounded. Within the field...
Yep, it was also... Oh, you played it. Oh my god. Hold on. It was insane. I loved it. Before Scrapper was a builder, did a part of it. Yeah, I started playing it on launch. Oh, wow. They added the Hollow-Smith, but in the second expansion, not the first part of it. Playing very casually back then. I've experienced Marinetta, Nightmare Tower, and the whole mess of Lion's Arch. The ending was pretty awesome. Battle for Lion's Arch. This part in particular was very cool. Oh my god. Also, during this part, me and about 50 others from the Guild Wars 2 community, wagon pocket tonics, medkits, consumables, and flamethrowers. Oh, that's so cool. But not all of it was great. The first year was very slow, and Scarlet as a villain was kind of mixed reception. Oh, really? Wagons saved the Lion's Arch event. Oh my god. I've been playing since open beta weekends before Guild Wars 2 officially launched. Wow. That's back in 2011.
Hospital.
Wow.
Sub-Director Null's consortium Golem was now named Helotron and did its best to assist people.
Like out Transformers, isn't it?
Timey continued to question refugees about whether Scarlet was actually sighted in the attack of Lion's Arch. She explained to the commander that she no longer wanted to work with the mass murderer. but only to observe her genius. It was also revealed that Zodja, Timey's guardian, did not know she was at the Vigil Keep at all. In the Bouldermouth Vale camp at Lornar's Pass, Casimir and Marjorie waited together until the miasma dissipated. They explained the devastation, that for every person they evacuated, 3 more would die. Marjorie reminisced of her time at the Ministry Guard. She spoke of her mother and sisters, but not her father, suggesting that he wasn't a good man as Casimir's father was. Shortly after Marjorie quit the Ministry Guard, she had joined the Dermond Priory, knowing she could tap into a good source of information to be a detective with them. She expressed the Order of Whispers were a little too secretive for her taste. All the heroes could do now was sit and wait and watch as the miasma dissipated and Scarlet continued to drill from the Breachmaker.
Oh, damn. The battle for Lion's Arch. Oh, this must have been nuts. It's a tiny golem that keeps changing names according to its job, like a mini side story. Oh, that's cool.
Slowly, as the days passed by, the miasma was pushed out into the Sea of Sorrows by wind. The Lion Guard were able to regroup with the 3 orders and chose to storm Lion's Arch and establish rally points to take the fight back to Scarlet.
Oh, man.
The collective force was able to re-establish a foothold in the battered remains of their city. They were able to take the Traders Forum and waited there until reinforcements
That's over
arrived.
the right side of the map, isn't it?
When they did, Scarlet sent out her main assault knights, twisted forms and machines that seemed to have been inspired from the lessons learned with the Twisted Marionette. Yet, without the miasma assailing them, the Allied forces were still able to gain ground.
Hey,
With Scarlet
go on.
alive, Magnus theorized that they...
Whoa, whoa. Oh, so this is Lion's Arch back in the day. Look at this. There's the big nutty drill that's going in, that's going town, that's going into the ley lines. The main plaza. Okay. Oh, this looks really cool. This is really cool. The high ground prime. That's so cool to see this, huh? During Winter's Day, you can talk to it, and it's known as Ho Ho Tron, I think. The theme song here is the Battle of the Breachmaker. It's my favourite track in the game. Pretty good nostalgia for that fight, and I don't think they've used it anywhere else since. Give it a listen later. Thank you. If someone could put it in the community Discord for me so I don't forget, because I am very forgetful with stuff. I really am.
They would soon reach a stalemate. He ordered a Lion Guard contingent, including Ellen Keel, to board her airship and kill Scarlet on the Breachmaker once and for all. Rox, Bram, Casimir, Marjorie, and the commander volunteered to enter, as well as Helatron, who for his part did his best to sustain the group.
Oh.
Getting into the Breachmaker was difficult. The Allies were tasked with reconfiguring Scarlet's teleporter machines used by the Assault Knights. With this successful, they were able to teleport directly onto the ship and met Scarlet head-on.
Wow.
First, the Sylvari hid behind a powerful hologram of herself. As the battle raged, the hologram began taxing on the energy of Scarlet and the Breachmaker, forcing her to dissipate it and luring her into a fight for herself.
Oh, yes.
A strong combatant, she was still no match for the forces of Lion's Arch and assorted companions. Wounded and deranged, she screamed as she escaped into the Breachmaker's lower levels, determined to not let the drill fail.
Damn. You can go to Lion's Arch and dive down to the spot where the drill was drilling. Oh, really? Thank you for letting me know. Yep, the part of the drill is still there. They used it in the fractals. Oh, really?
In the ensuing
they used the song in the
moments,
fractal.
Captain Ellen Keel was injured and chose to retreat through the portal, allowing the others to take the fight forward. Helatron followed the captain, choosing to sustain other wounded Lion Guard. It was Rox, Bram, Casimir, Marjorie, and the commander that ended in the lower depths of the Breachmaker, only to find the crazed Sylvari on the ground attempting to hold her own. Bram told Rox to finish the job. With her scoring the killing blow, she could finally get into the stone warband. As they approached the Sylvari, Scarlet called out, asking if any had wondered why she orchestrated so much chaos and destruction the past year. Bram denied her chance to elaborate, but Scarlet responded, that soon TYRIA would bow before a new master. Soon, Marjorie was upon her, dagger drawn, and in that moment, Scarlet triggered one last explosion that threw all of them back. It was devastating. Bram, flung back, had broken his leg. Rox was distant enough to survive without injury, but rather than going for Scarlet, she chose to stay with her injured friend instead. Marjorie, too, close to the explosion and taking the brunt of the blast, was badly wounded. She was unmoving and unresponsive to Casimir, who went to tend to her lover. The Mesmer believed Marjorie to be dead. Enraged, Casimir turned her wrath to Scarlet, demonstrating the true depths of her mesmeric capabilities. With illusions, Casimir was able to distract Scarlet long enough for the commander to get close and deliver one fatal killing blow.
No, they kill her! For fuck's sake. I was hoping that she was still around. Is it kind of bad? Oh, what? Ah. Well, yeah, it's kind of 50-50 with that. I know the chat's going to be like, Nani? What? She seemed like a cool character. Like, they compare her to Harley Quinn. She's kind of cool, but, well, no more of her. She's got a fucking dagger through her stomach, so gotta know more. And she's kind of consumed, or unless she's kind of burnt up a little bit, then
to their hated enemy. In Scarlet's dying breath, the Sylvari exclaimed that they were all fools in thinking they were saved. As the rumbling of the Breachmaker continued with its drill, it at last hit its mark. Over Scarlet's decaying body, the whole machine turned blue. The drill struck the ley lines deep beneath the city, and an intense magical light exploded around them. But the energy did not linger at Lion's Arch. Scarlet had redirected the ley line elsewhere. It rocketed off, far from the city, out west toward the Thormanova reactor and beyond, into the distant Maguma jungle beyond the Brisbane wildlands. The light continued downwards, deep below the earth once again, before finally striking and feeding something new. Something waiting to accept it, sleeping deep beneath the earth. And now it rumbled and moved as a pair of enormous teeth began to open.
You woke one of the dragons.
Another elder dragon had awakened.
I'm mad! Mad! I'm mad!
The Breachmaker had reached critical mass.
It
soon spiraled out of control with the drilling completed and exploded. Fragments of the airship were sent through the ruined city of Lion's Arch, changing the very landscape and destroying what few buildings had survived the initial assault. Lion's Arch was devastated. It would never be the same again and take years for the people to rebuild into something new. As the battle ended, with the now leaderless, straggling invaders finally being driven out and disbanded, a somber mood fell over the ruins. Squatters began to take to the former city, looking for a place to stay, even after the advice from the Lion Guard that it was still uninhabitable and...
That's mad. So she actually awoken one of the dragons. So if she would have continued on with her plan, she would have probably woken up more dragons?
Potentially toxified. Soon after, looters too came to pick apart the city for anything they could find. Among the looters and Gawkers were the Pact. The Pact had been entirely absent from this saga, but here, at last, they made an official appearance through the Sylvari member, Lorantha of the Wild. Lorantha explained that the reason the Pact did not officially help with Lion's Arch is because that is not the mission of the Pact. They have been tasked with the slaying of elder dragons, and there was much to do to rebuild strength after the massive assault on Zaitan. Defending a city from attack fell outside of their charter. However, when a dragon's cry was heard from the Maguma jungle, rippling throughout the realm, they sprung into action. The Pact now believed that Scarlet's drilling had roused a dragon.
Hence why we're season 2. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna be taking down the blue dragon. That's what I'm gonna be calling him, the blue dragon. No way!
Lorantha explained that if they had known that Scarlet's plan all along was to awaken an elder dragon, they could have justified getting involved in the affairs of the independent city, but unfortunately they did not. From now, though, Traherne and the Pact would take a more active
no, not Traherne, sorry, it's Tree Geezer.
Role. Meanwhile, within the Dead End Bar, in the eastern commons of Divinity's Reach, the Commander, Casimir, Marjorie, Rox and Bram had a celebration of their victory over Scarlet Briar. Bram was limping from his broken leg throughout the celebration.
Oh, that's
Later
mad.
on, Tymie entered the bar to join the group. They surmised that the ley lines were an ocean of magic, and Scarlet had thrown a giant rock.
So the ley lines kind of control the dragons in a way? Is that a thing? Because, like, the ley lines of the magic in the ley lines actually woke the dragon up. So surely they would destroy the dragon as well? And that's what they use later in the stories to wake the other dragons?
In the ocean, sending ripples out towards this dragon. After a while, Seraph Belinda Delacroix entered the bar looking for her little sister Marjorie. They shared a brief moment where Belinda revealed she would soon be on a...
Oh. Have a little look. Let's have a little look at the chat. You'll see and learn more about her in season 2, don't you worry. Ooh. I wonder what season 2 is like to play now that the Silver Waste is expanded on the patch. Well, basically, she started this madness in TYRIA up till now. God. Season World Living 2 is where you'll find it out. So cool to see you experience everything. Guys. The green dragon would be more... Where was that? Where was it? Where did that go? Would be more appropriate. Would you guys like to live in TYRIA, or would you be happy and safe here in the real life? Well, it'd be cool to roleplay in there, definitely. 100%. When will you start doing the Living World Season 2? I will be doing that Thursday at 3 PM GMT, but we've got a little bit of this left to do. Ley lines are magic, dragons eat magic. So that's what woken him. They fed him and he was like, oh, you know what? I'm kind of peckish now. Get me up, boys. Get me up. Scarlet is basically dumped a massive buffet into the dragon's mouth. Most dragons at the point of the story are already awakened, actually. Give me TYRIA IRL. I've already had people trying to kill me back in the middle school. At least I have magic. Damn. Oh, damn. Let's finish off this little recap then, chat.
An expedition at the Brisbane wildlands towards where the dragon's cry was heard. Rox had her own reasons for being at the bar. She was hiding from Ritlock. She was afraid to report to the Tribune since technically she had failed to kill Scarlet. She had been ignoring his summons and instead had chosen to focus on this unlikely new group of friends. So there they sat, enjoying each other's company in this fragile time, wondering about the distant, desolate lands to the west, and a new dragon's roar.
Oh, what a cliffhanger to leave that on, though, huh? Oh, there he is! There he is! Oh, yeah, mad. Much love to Wooden Potatoes making that video. Like, much love. Thank you so much. For new players like myself, and players that weren't able to experience Living World Season 1, you managed to put this video together and help out so many people. So much love. If we can send love to Wooden Potatoes or something. I don't know. Maybe in his latest video or something. Send some love. Just say, Alb sent love or something like that. I don't know. Go send some love. I will go put a comment over there as well. Oh, we do that now, chat. I will put a comment there. So I will put it on the most recent video. Oh no, actually, no. I will put it on the actual video. There you go. There you go. That is there. Comment there. That was so awesome, chat, huh? Our Season 2 hype. Yes. And that is the new commander, new team, Season 2. And then the worst nightmare ever. I recommend checking the in-game recap as well. It's only a few minutes and has some more scenes. Oh, okay. Let's move over to that then quickly, chat. Let's have a little look at that. Let me load up Guild Wars and we can go watch the recap quickly for that. Now you can start Season 2 without wondering who the heck these people are. You call boss. What they are with you? Who's this? Hello? Who's this geezer? I don't know who this is. That is so cool, though. That is so, so cool. I still need to do Season 2 on my Necro. Done everything else. Oh, play along with us. Play along with us. That'd be so cool. Yeah, you now have a team consisting of Bram, the Norm, Rox, the Char, Casimir, the... Okay. And... Ah, there. And Tiny. So just logging in. I'm loading into Lion's Arch. That is where it is. That's where we last left off. But that is so, so cool. So chat, if you could go send some love to Wooden Potatoes for making that, that'd be so cool. That is so, so cool. That must have took him ages to make. Ages. He must have broken it up into the chapters. So he records the chapters in one take and does, what was there, like 8, 9, 10 different chapters that he done within that one video. Much props. Like, jeez, that must have taken him a month. Like, damn. Damn, damn, damn. That is unreal. I think I've caught up with everything in the chat as well. But yeah, chat, we will be starting the Living World Season 2, Episode 1 on Thursday at 3 PM GMT. The why it's a couple days away is because I want to do a double dose of Spider-Man. I want to try and get through Spider-Man Miles Morales during the days I'm at work. Thank you, Skyhawk. Oh, thank you, Skyhawk, for being a part of the stream. I really, really do appreciate it. Thank you for being a part of the stream. Hope to see you soon. Oh, you know I'm in the game. I'm in the game. WP until recently was very... Oh. Wooden Potatoes until recently was a very regular Guild... Oh, a Guild Wars 2 content creator, actually. Damn. Yeah, I really do appreciate you being here, Skyhawk. It's so, so cool. And thank you for your insight on Guild Wars 2 as well. Here it is. It might run a little bit funny, chat. Oh, let me turn that down for both you and me. Alright. But this recap should just be over here. Because this is where we were. Oh, we have got our daily login. Nice. Hold on. A little bit of that for myself. Turn that down. Hey, Frosty, my boy. We're continuing on. Morning Star, hello, welcome. Hope you're well. Season 2 is a lot of lore and not much action in comparison to the Heart of Thorns, where it takes on the Jungle Boy. Hope you're well, though. Wooden Potatoes is more lore person in the content creation side of things. That's why that he's been following the lore since the first game. Wow. Wow. And that's why that video was so beautifully made and he knew so much about the game. That's crazy. That is so, so cool. Now, where are they taking me? We might as well take a nice little walk down. Don't forget to dive for the drill. Oh, yeah. Once we do the recap, chat, we'll have a little look at that drill. Thank you, Exam, for letting me know about that. If you could let me know. Hey, there's Volodymyr. Hey, hey. Yes, so this is the...
Scarlet Briar. Where should I
Oh,
begin?
yo! Oh, yo!
No one at first knew why she began her reign of terror. Some say she peered into the very fabric of the universe and went insane. Her attacks began in the northeast and spread like fire. She formed uneasy alliances and controlled her minions through deception and brutality. She leveraged their technology to scan for currents of magical energy called ley lines. Each attack had a purpose, allowing her to collect data from across TYRIA.
Oh my god, there are we.
To assault Lion's Arch.
Oh, there it is! There it is!
When all hope seemed lost, the heroes of TYRIA rose to the task, along with new allies. Bram Arison of Kragstead.
Oh, look at him.
Rox Whetstone, Gladium. Casimir Mead, Mesmer.
Damn.
Marjorie Delacroix, Investigator. And Timey, Prodigy from Radasum.
Yep, this is the
Led
new
by the
squad.
Pact Commander,
Oh,
they
they're actually...
dismantled Scarlet's operations. But while they reclaimed the city at the Battle of Lion's Arch, they would later discover that she had completed her mission, even in death.
Oh, that's mad. That's mad.
Scarlet's machine struck the ley line deep beneath Sanctum Harbor, directing its magic far into the Maguma jungle, changing the course of history.
Yeah, wakey, wakey, boy, you've got some food. What? That's it? That's it? What? That was very, very short. Damn.
It's all skill and a
Oh,
little
yes. Found after the graduate minion. Yes, how so? I mean, where? Oh. Oh, they've been brought of unusual ley lines surging. We don't know what this means, but the dragon minion has been drawn to it, maybe connected to the stone that brought me. Can you show me where? Excuse me. Oh, I have been there before. Really, have I? Look for activity over here. Look for activity over here as well. And also there. Oh. Alrighty then. Remembering Scarlet's War.
possibilities awaits.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Thank you very much. Check your mail for the strange things happening. It is showing me so much stuff. Oh, nice. Grab that. Scarlet's secret stash. What? And a keg. Nice, nice, nice. So if we go to inventory. Don't look at it, don't look at it, don't look at it, don't look at it. I thought I cleaned this up. Well, obviously not. A gift from Scarlet. It would be. Of course it would. Why did I trust it?
Someone help me!
What? That message is the start of season 2. Look who sent the letter. Well, me kinda died. Let's consume the keg, shall we? And then let's have a little look at strange happening. Albsterz, I'm aware of how busy you are. However, you've heard of the theories that Scarlet disturbed one of the dragons. Fear these theories have merited. My eyes and Brisbane Wild are reporting mysteries. Go see for yourself. I hope your curiosity will spur you into action.
Every day's a good day to learn something new.
So now we need to find the drill part. Wasn't it over the left-hand side? So it would be over here, wouldn't it? It's literally in front of us. So it should be in here somewhere. That is the story, isn't it? That is starting with the story. Yes, Living World Season 2. Ah, so yeah, we will start that Thursday. Don't. And that we've even... Oh my... So many. There's so much. I've still got to get Living World Season 4. I will buy that up. Then the Ice Brood Saga. Can't get yet. So let's have a little look at this drill. See what's going on here. I think Roller Meat is going to be taking us to the drill. Oh, that's the thing. The thing above that turned green. Oh, nuts. Whoa. Whoa, so that's old parts of Lion Arch. Oh, cool. That's so cool. And just think, if you didn't look at this, you wouldn't have known. If you didn't watch the video, you wouldn't have known that. That's so cool. This is so cool. So many memories. You can see ley lines popping up. Oh, is that what that is? Oh, thank you so much, Volometer, for letting us know that. That's so cool. Inspect the drill bit. The metal of the drill bit is humming even below the water. So it's still continuing on. Oh, that's mad. That is mad. That's so cool. That is so cool. That's so cool. That's so cool. Where's Volodymyr? I see you on the map, but not in game. Oh, you're up there. That's why it makes sense. A long swim down. This is so cool, chat, huh? That's so cool. That's so cool. But this is where I'm going to be leaving this Guild Wars 2. Oh, Living World Season 1 recap reaction live stream here. So, for everyone that wants to know when we're starting Living World Season 2, if you missed it, we will be starting it Thursday at 3 PM GMT. The reason why it's 2 days away is because I want to try and finish up or get really close to finishing Spider-Man Miles Morales, as we've only done one part on the channel. So if anyone wants to be a part of that, we will be streaming that at 3 PM GMT for the next 2 days. As always, every live stream will be on the subscription tab as an event. I will put that up. It normally goes up around about 8 PM GMT the day beforehand. So if you want to set any sort of reminders, there for everyone. So the hype begins for Living World Season 2. And my plan is, chat, after Thursday, we will be doing every single episode the day after. Because I've got no work. I'm off for a week. So we can do Guild Wars at 3 PM GMT every day. Except from Saturday, because of the Among Us community stream, we will be doing that. So Thursday, Friday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday on Living World Season. And then in the mornings, we will have a Let's Play of Valhalla or Spider-Man or a new one when them two. So thank you everyone so much for joining me on this video. Thank you so much, Wood and Potatoes, for making that video. Thank you, chat, for the insight on that. I'll be at work on the afternoon shift, so maybe I'll join. Awesome, Echo. That'd be cool to have you there. Thursday hype, yeah. Thursday hype indeed. Thank you everyone so much for joining me. All take it easy. Have a good rest of your day or night, wherever you are in the world. I'll see you tomorrow for Spider-Man, or I'll see you on Thursday for Living World Season 2. Till then, bye.